Give me one moment as I make a couple adjustments so that we can stream. The beauty of live events, whether in person or virtual, is that no matter how many times you've done them, there's always an adjustment to be made. But that is why we love what we do. Okay, going to present mode and give you some overview details about the little engine that could also known as the Baltimore SharePoint Users Group. For those of you who are tuning in via social media, please, in the comments on the platform that you're on, let me know where you're checking in from. And so, okay, so announcements and overview. So, anytime for in-person meetings, when we have a new member, a new visitor to the group, we always go into the background story. I know you want to get into the session today focused on Microsoft Stream, so I will keep it the Reader's Digest version. And so essentially, we are Maryland's longest running Microsoft focused community institution. And so what this means is during the era of MOS 2007, prior to the release, the Baltimore SharePoint Users Group was founded by two co-workers. And those two co-workers, I'm one of the two, worked in an organization that was focused on early adoption of Microsoft Office SharePoint Server 2007. So during this time, there were very little blogs and let's say articles and community around advanced deployments and development solutions for Office SharePoint 2007. And so we decided that we wanted to get together the brightest minds in the area, the greater Baltimore area, in order to solve some problems. And so on that fateful day in 2007, BSPUG was born. And so according to the numbers, over 4,500 Microsoft professionals aspiring and current, trained and certified. And as of 2023, 21 Microsoft practices have been started, launched, and are currently functional through members of the group. And so very proud of those numbers. And so special thanks to ProObject. When we have met in person in times past, ProObject has been our location sponsor. So special thanks to Ted Staley, who is TM Staley. If you have, let's say, if you're in between projects or contracts or employment, and you're looking to work with ProObject or to learn more about the opportunities that they have available, please send your resume to tmstaley@proobject.com. Now, we are going to transition into our featured presentation for the evening. And so with the discontinuation of the classic version of Microsoft Stream, Karen has stepped forward with the game plan, the details, the essentials that you need to know in order to plan your Microsoft Stream portal. And so without further ado, I will transition over to Karen. My role as Karen delivers her magic for our audience is to moderate the chat. So if you have questions, if you have comments, please use the chat, and I will be moderating not only within this meeting, but on the social media platforms that we're streaming. Special thank you to our streaming partners. So I will cut my camera off so that Karen is center stage. Please
take it away.
Okay, thanks, Shadid. Let's see. I haven't done this in a while. I'm a Teams person. I do Microsoft. I don't
As do I.
very
As
often.
do I.
All right, let's see. Did I get it? Can you see me okay?
Yes, ironically, when you say Teams versus Zoom,
Yeah.
the streaming capabilities for social media is one of the key
reasons that you're using Zoom. Yeah.
Exactly. Streaming.
Oh, well, thank you for having me here tonight. So hi, everyone, and I am here to talk to you about planning your new stream portal. I am, as he said, I'm Karen Dredske, and I am a solution architect at Core BTS, who is a Microsoft partner. And I've been using SharePoint since, I don't know, 2003 portal server, and I've migrated to Microsoft 365 along with all the rest of you. I'm a certified Teams administrator, as well as a Microsoft Service Adoption Specialist. I have a SharePoint certification from, the days gone by when they gave those. And I'm also a certified Scrum product owner. I've been following the Stream product team and their evolution of their new Microsoft Stream app, as well as the migration tool for almost 2 years when it was first announced. Today, we're going to cover an overview of Stream Classic versus Modern Stream to make sure we're all on the same page. Then we'll go over how to use the new Stream on SharePoint for storing and sharing video files. And last but not least, we will also discuss the retirement of Stream Classic and the retirement timeline. So those are all going to be critical for you. So let's get started here.
So, a quick interruption. There was a question, totally off topic, but the mention was of your audio. Do you have a quick tip or something that you do regarding audio compression in order for your sound to be so clear? That is the question or request from the audience.
Well, I'm glad that I'm clear sounding. The only thing I can tell you is I use whatever is coming out of the box on my software, but I am using a Blue Yeti microphone. So that's probably the key.
Yes, Blue Yeti is great quality.
And I switched to that when I started doing conferences and speaking engagements, and it makes a big difference because you can you can make lots of adjustments on your settings on that mic.
Okay, take it away, please.
All right. Okay, so we're going to start out today talking about where we started with Stream Classic and where we're going with the new Stream on SharePoint. I'm going to begin with some information provided by the Microsoft Stream product team that led to where we are today. The new Stream, or Stream on SharePoint, or you'll remember from 2 years ago when we went to Modern Stream, when they started saving your meeting recordings to SharePoint. It's now ready for everybody to adopt. It's not in beta. Microsoft customers have been using it for months now, well, actually years now, if you think about meeting recordings going into SharePoint. If you didn't realize it, you have been using it now with those recordings. In fact, in August of 2022, more than 3 times as many videos were viewed in Stream on SharePoint compared to Stream Classic. If you're using Classic Stream, it's time to start migrating now. So Stream on SharePoint is a complete rethinking of the traditional approach to enterprise video. Historically, video was technically difficult to deliver at scale, so specialized vendors developed standalone services that managed, stored, and played video from their own specialized silos. So Stream Classic was exactly the same. It was on the same network, but isolated from the rest of the Microsoft 365 collaborative experiences. Being off to the side, video has been a challenge for most customers to integrate into their normal workflows. With a standalone service, you can embed and link videos into other experiences like you might do with a YouTube video. But these independent video products still suffer from low usage, low awareness, and are typically the domain of experts. Classic Stream had no connection to the rest of Microsoft 365 other than embed codes and links. Videos weren't managed the same way as other content, and the many services that help with governance and compliance that are available in Microsoft 365 don't apply to Classic Stream. That made it tricky to allow ordinary employees to make and share videos. But now Microsoft's changing that paradigm, and Stream and enterprise video, which is an integral part of Microsoft 365. So the new Stream is built on the same storage platform that all the other content types use. Videos are now stored in SharePoint and OneDrive, just like your documents, presentations, and spreadsheets. For end users, it's making videos as easy to record and share as any document in Microsoft 365. Stream offers the same familiar experiences for sharing, searching, and commenting as the other apps in Microsoft 365. And to enable this, Microsoft invested deeply in the video playback experience directly from the SharePoint platform, which powers it all. Videos start up quickly and play reliably without a separate dedicated video service. For admins, this means you no longer have to deploy and manage a special solution for videos that works differently from the rest of your infrastructure. Because all videos are now regular files in SharePoint, the services and tools built to work with SharePoint and OneDrive now work with video. You get all of the core management capabilities that other file types in Microsoft 365 have, such as archiving and versions, e-discovery, legal hold, retention policies, audit logs, permissions and file lifecycle, APIs, and analytics. Now, this data was shared by the Stream product team recently. Based on their conversations with customers in large organizations, they've heard what a struggle it is for them to raise employee awareness of a standalone video portal, let alone drive traffic to it. This is a case where consumer behavior patterns haven't translated to enterprise as many people expected. On top of that, corporate communications and knowledge repositories simply aren't limited to a single type of media. Customers told them they want to mix text and images and video into collections and pages and posts, and to deliver purpose-built branded experiences for teams and events. A portal limited to video just doesn't meet that need. They also have seen this in the telemetry from Classic Stream over the last few years. The aggregate data across all their customers shows that users aren't visiting the portal to explore videos. 83% of page views in Stream Classic come from direct links to a video or embedding videos in other locations outside of the Stream Classic portal. 12% of page views are to group, channel, and other pages in the portal, while only 5% of page views are directly to the homepage of the Classic Stream portal. So with a few exceptions, the single portal idea doesn't really work. People instead are embedding videos where potential viewers already go and sharing videos just like files. Even in the tenants that use Classic Stream the most, their users were also uploading videos to SharePoint and OneDrive, which makes sense because it's the logical place to put files. With the new Stream, there's no longer a special place that you must put files. Users do what comes naturally and don't have to be taught. They just upload and create new videos like you would any other file directly in SharePoint, Teams, OneDrive, Office, and Yammer. Or maybe I should say Engage. Then you enhance those files with the Stream app to add transcripts, chapters, thumbnails, and other metadata. This allows videos to be just like other content in the flow of your work. They can be woven into and consumed directly from your intranet and the rest of Microsoft 365. You share videos naturally, keep them together with other project files with the same permissions, and discover them alongside other information in your organization in recommendations and search results. Another benefit is that there's a new Stream app available for web and mobile. The new Stream app becomes the personalized video-centric home base for every Microsoft 365 user who wants to find, watch, embrace, or record video. Stream now takes its place next to Word for documents, Excel for spreadsheets, and PowerPoint for slides. I'm going to take you through what's possible if you put your videos in Microsoft 365 using Stream on SharePoint. Let's begin with the Stream start page. Here I'm going to go to Stream by clicking the Stream tile from the app launcher. Just as Word, Excel, or PowerPoint acts as filters and focal points for their document types, the Stream app does the same for video. Here you can manage your own videos, review videos you've watched before, see your favorites, or search for new ones. I can discover videos shared with me without having to locate a message with a link. I also get alerted to recently recorded meetings I was invited to but couldn't attend. When I click on a video in Microsoft 365, it opens with the new Stream web app, which has a great viewing and management experience. File owners can change important details like the title, description, and thumbnail. The Stream app also uses familiar tools for moving or copying your file, getting an embed code to post on a company site, uploading and recording a new video. And of course, the key playback features you expect are here, like closed captions, playback speed, and intelligent noise suppression from Stream Classic. Microsoft is improving how transcripts and captions work to make Stream on SharePoint even more accessible and productive. It can now transcribe video spoken in 28 different languages, and the resulting transcript is more readable and scrolls automatically alongside the video. The transcript can now be easily searched to quickly find and jump to a section of the video you're interested in. As an owner, if you want to further polish the transcript, it's a snap to edit to correct any mistakes. You can also manually add any number of additional transcripts in other languages for additional subtitles for your viewers. Another feature in Stream on SharePoint is chapters. With chapters, video creators can add a table of contents for their longer videos to help viewers quickly find the information they need. And chapters are created for you automatically when you record a meeting and present using PowerPoint Live. Receiving feedback from trusted colleagues is invaluable. Comments now with @mentions give you the same comment capability you're used to in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint to gather feedback and collaborate. To help you measure the reach and effectiveness of your video, analytics are available to you right from the Stream web app. You can see a trend of views and unique users over time, and even see graphically a heat map of which parts of a video have been viewed. You can also see analytics across a set of videos by using the SharePoint Site Analytics to see how a set of content is being used by your viewers. And let's not forget about search. With videos being stored in the SharePoint platform, transcripts are now indexed and all videos are covered by Microsoft 365 search. So no matter where you search from across Microsoft 365, you can find a specific video based on the title, description, transcript, and chapters. Nope, always does that to me. There we go. Asynchronous video, whether it's for messaging, learning, or catching up on meetings, fits perfectly with mobile usage in the new hybrid remote reality. With the Stream mobile app for Android and iOS, you can find videos shared with you or search for a video based on what was said in the transcript. Now, my favorite thing to do with Stream Mobile is review the recording of a meeting I missed, mostly to see if I need to catch up or I can safely ignore it. You can learn and catch up even while you're taking the bus, having coffee at the cafe, or walking your dog. Coming soon, if you know you're going somewhere with no connectivity, Stream will let you take videos securely offline for later viewing. And to make migrating easy, the new Stream mobile app can also connect to Classic Stream while your organization is in transition. Since videos are now files in SharePoint and OneDrive, as I've said before, they automatically gain many capabilities of information governance from Microsoft Purview. The videos work with e-discovery, legal hold, retention policies, and DLP, or data loss prevention. In other words, the life cycle and management of video and audio files is now just like any other type of file. So with all the talk about about Microsoft Stream, let's also look at a few of the new Stream features that are available. So recently, Teams announced video clips, a new feature in chat that allows you to record and send short video messages from desktop or mobile. These lightweight videos allow your coworkers to experience your tone and expressions in ways that text cannot match. Share a heartfelt greeting, let everyone see what it's like on site, or show others how to do something by recording yourself doing it. Instead of explaining yourself with dry, awkward text, it's the real you. If you happen to have seen my Teams blog on the core BTS site in January, you'll know the following about TVC. And that would be that it can only record a maximum of 1 minute. It is not downloadable. It can't be forwarded. It can't be sent during a Teams meeting. It does not allow you to hide your background or to record your screen at this time. Hopefully in the future it will. And currently it's only available if your tenant allows public preview of features, because it is public preview. And it's pretty cool. Oh, I missed one here. There we go. Another new video feature coming out is stories. Stories let you create short videos to share experiences, celebrate milestones, and capture knowledge to share with your followers and organization. Leaders can use stories to share thoughts, vision, and updates in their own authenticated way. And everyone, I think I should say authentic way. And everyone can connect and catch up with coworkers using stories carousels. Stories should be available in public preview across web and mobile and in the new Viva Engage app and Yammer right now. Microsoft acquired a video editor app called Clipchamp last year. It's available today for anyone with a Microsoft account as a standalone app, web app, and as part of consumer Microsoft 365. It is also included with Windows 11 as a store app that you can download. Microsoft is working to bring a compliant enterprise edition of Clipchamp to the commercial and educational users, so everyone at work and school can tell professional stories with an easy to use and secure video editor also. The Stream product team is hoping it will be out in preview in the middle of summer, in the middle of the year, hopefully the May-June timeframe in the enterprise environment, but that's not set in stone, although they're pretty optimistic about it. I did hear it could move into third quarter this year on the call that they had today. Currently, the new Stream on SharePoint does not allow you to trim videos like you can do in Classic Stream. So for the time being, the Stream team is recommending that you use Clipchamp to do this task. And you'll find a whole lot more than trimming there. Now, what they are working on is getting that parity out though. And today's call, they said that they are hoping that they will have where you won't literally trim the video, but you'll be able to do the similar thing by hiding the ends of the video that you want to. But it didn't sound like that was going to be available till probably third quarter.
Yes, we have a question from Scott. He mentions that Clips isn't available on GCC.
That is correct.
Is the timeline for everything the same for GCC, GCC High, and Department of Defense?
It is not, but I will answer that question before I'm done. It's part of my presentation. I'm coming up to it soon. Oh my goodness, this thing is doing this again. I don't think we want to do that. There we go. All right, so let's talk for a minute about some of the benefits of using the new Stream on SharePoint. Because whether you are in GCC or you are in commercial cloud, you have access to using Stream on SharePoint. So these things are true for everyone so far that I've covered pretty much, with a couple of exceptions like Clipchamp. So although any of you who are seasoned Stream content owners or admins will have, you're going to find that you're going to have to make a paradigm shift in thinking about how you deal with video files. Most of the other users in your organization aren't going to have that problem. They're going to know how to use it just like they use SharePoint for storing and sharing files. Because of this, video storage is going to be more logical for most people and easier to access with the Stream mobile app as well. And once again, we're going to be able to use search. We're going to be able to add metadata to our files, and we're going to be able to use the transcripts for matches. And there are more things that they have planned on the horizon as well. So when can we use the new Stream for all of these great new benefits? Well, now, of course, so no time like the present to get started. And here we go. Let's talk about the timeline. So the countdown until the retirement of Stream Classic in the commercial cloud has begun. So on February 15th, so a month ago, the Stream migration tool went into general availability, and that's when Microsoft announced the retirement of Stream Classic. So in the coming months, there's going to be a major update to that migration tool to enable additional functionality, and that's anticipated in the May-June timeframe. Government cloud, you all are really lucky because you actually, for once, you're going to be glad that you're not in parity with the commercial cloud, in my opinion, because 11 months from now, on February 15th in 2024, Stream Classic is going to retire, and it's not going to be accessible for people in the commercial cloud, not even for Stream administrators. We're going to have to get everything migrated by then. So 3 months from the February 15th announcement is the date that no more new videos can be uploaded into Stream Classic. So that's May 15th. Now, an extension can be requested by your stream administrator right now to extend the date by 3 additional months. So you can get an extension until August 15th, but that's still not a lot of time. 6 months after the original notice on August 15th, that's going to be the last day that any videos, even with an extension, can be uploaded into Stream Classic in the commercial cloud. And also that's for education as of this time. On August 16th, that upload button, it's going to disappear. Now, 8 months after the notice on August 15th, and no one other than stream administrators is going to be able to access the Stream Classic user interface unless you've had that extension. If your admin said, hey, we want to be able to upload till August, then they're going to give you until the end of the year to be able to view your videos. But you're not going to be able to add anything new to it after August 15th. Come February 15th of 2024, that's when they're going to begin disassembling the Classic platform, and any files that are left there are going to get deleted. And although it's not mentioned on the slide here, when files are migrated, there are going to be redirects put in place, and those will expire on February 15th of 2025. So we have until February 15th of 2024 to get things migrated and out of the current Classic Stream environment in the commercial environment or commercial cloud. But then we are going to have, once we migrate those files, if somebody is using an embed code or a bookmark, it's going to get redirected to wherever you've migrated it. There's a couple of catches to that when you start using the migration tool, but in general, that's going to work out pretty well for most folks. Now, how is this going to impact your organization? The current Stream Power users and administrators are going to have to make a paradigm shift in how they think about managing videos. You're going to need to begin thinking about video file management the same way you think about managing any of your other Office files. So this is especially true in a good way for administrators because of all of the compliance capabilities that you're going to have. However, for people who are Stream admins and all they know is how to administer Stream, and they are not heavy SharePoint users, or they're not SharePoint content owners, it's going to be a big shift in thinking for those folks. And if you're one of those folks, you're going to want to go find your SharePoint admin, and you're going to want to make them your best friend. If you're a SharePoint admin and you know that you have Stream administrators who are not SharePoint people, you're going to want to go help them out. But right now, the big thing, like any migration that we've ever done in SharePoint even, your organization has an opportunity here to clean up all the old, outdated videos that are not required to be retained by any compliance policy. So you're going to want to keep in mind that your organization may find Microsoft's compressed timeline to be a challenge. And again, unless you're in the government cloud, because the migration tool isn't ready for the government cloud yet. The word this morning in the call is that their best guess at the moment is the migration tool is not going to be, they're hoping to have it available sometime between third quarter and first quarter of next year for all of you who are in the government cloud. So you've got just about a year on the rest of us, I guess, where you can start getting your users off of Classic Stream and using Stream on SharePoint and doing all of the cleanup work now, where the rest of us are on a compressed timetable. Now, the Stream team is working on creating full feature parity. And here's a quick list of features that most of which we've covered that are available today. The current Stream roadmap does show 30 features that have been completed and are live in production. It might be 31. I might need to update this. And I believe there are 7 features that are currently in the process of rolling out right now, and there are 6 features that are still in development. So here's a look at what's coming soon. The items at the top half of the screen are rolling out right now, and the items at the bottom half of the screen are still in development and currently targeted for second quarter, with the exception of the last 2 items, which would be the inline playback of videos inside of highlighted content web parts for the grid, carousel, and film strip layouts, and a new modern Stream web part that we can use in SharePoint. The highlighted content web part update is currently targeted for Q3. The creation of a new stream web part doesn't have a date assigned yet, but they're hoping that it will be done around Q3 also. And if it is, then I heard today the intent is that that new modern stream web part will allow you to put stream on the page, select whether you want to have an individual file, a playlist, a group of files. It'll make it pretty easy for users to be able to add videos to a SharePoint page. But you can check out the stream roadmap and stay up to date and get more information on any of those. This feature is the only one that was currently not on the roadmap, although today it sounds like it might be on the roadmap in the future, but they don't have a time for it to be implemented with putting forms inside of a video in stream. So the best you're going to be able to do is, we all know if we're doing SharePoint, we can put a video on a page and we can put a form on a page. So we can still just about get the same thing. So let's take a minute and talk about what you as a stream administrator can do right now to get started planning. One, you're going to configure the SharePoint admin settings to change the stream tile in the app launcher to point to stream on SharePoint if you haven't done that already. And then from Classic Stream Admin, you're going to change the setting to stop allowing new videos to be uploaded to Classic to reduce your future migration load. You're going to set a custom message to display at the top of Stream Classic to help your users know the transition's coming. You're going to run the migration inventory report to see all the videos that are in Stream Classic and prepare for the migration. Now I believe that report is not available in Government Cloud yet. There will be an announcement when that is. It'll come through the message center along with any of the other updates on the migration tool as they add features. Now, if you're not comfortable with managing content on SharePoint or your intranet, or you're not a SharePoint administrator already, then you need to find your SharePoint administrator and talk to them about how you're going to plan this transition. The actual migration of the files will have to be performed by a SharePoint administrator using the Stream Migration tool. And in the commercial cloud, you will find that in SharePoint in the Admin Center with the rest of the migration tools. There we go. All right, so let's talk about how we're going to actually physically use the new stream on SharePoint. You're going to have to think SharePoint. Just like storing your files, you're going to want to think SharePoint, specifically SharePoint websites when it comes to video files. So you're also going to want to start thinking of videos as just a file, because they really are just a file, like Word, PowerPoint, or Excel, like a presentation or a spreadsheet. So that means in order to plan where your video files will live in SharePoint, you need to consider your audience and what are you sharing. So if you're talking about a meeting recording that only needs to be available to the meeting attendees, you don't have to do anything because they already have access. We all already know that. We don't have to do like we used to in Stream Classic and go share it with specific people, share it with the organization. Whoever was invited to the meeting, they've already got access. If you have a video that you want to share with a department or a project team, where do they access their other information now about that? Do they go to the corporate intranet, or do they work in a team within Microsoft Teams? You can share the video in either one of those places, and the video will automatically inherit the permissions from that location. If the intranet site's only accessible to your department, then the video placed there will only be accessible to your department. If the site's accessible to the entire organization, then the video placed there will be accessible to everyone in the organization. So you don't have to add each individual to that list like we had to do in Stream Classic. Now, maybe you want to share with people in your Yammer community. You can post the video directly in that community, and anyone who's a member will have access to it. If you need to share a video with a single individual, then you'll store that video in your OneDrive account and you'll share it the same way you would share an Office document or a PDF. OneDrive really should be the only place that you need to share out a video file using the share button in the document library. If you're following sharing best practices in SharePoint, Teams, and Yammer, you should not have any issues with sharing files. If you're not following best practices and you share only with individuals like you did in Stream, and you start using that sharing button like crazy, you could run into a sharing limit. Although it's a really high limit, there is a sharing limit of 50,000 shares on a folder, not on a file, but on a folder with files in it within a library. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Now, SharePoint sites and web parts will let you feature videos as part of your intranet and make a channel landing page for people to see videos on a specific topic. You can use the hero web part to draw attention to important information. A video linked in the hero web part plays directly in line in the page. Videos stored in the SharePoint website can now be featured in all the SharePoint web parts you've used in the past. When you want to group videos together like a channel, use the highlighted content web part and filter down to just videos from a specific folder, library, site, or a set of sites. When you want to feature a single video on the page, use the file viewer web part to embed the video in line. All the videos uploaded to the Files tab in Teams get the same stream video capabilities. If you want to have an engaging way to feature those videos in a tab in a Teams channel, add the SharePoint channel app to a team, pick the videos page. You'll get a great view of the latest videos uploaded to the team, and you can even customize that page, of course, to make it your own. Now, when you paste a link to a video from Stream into Yammer or Viva Engage, it unfurls and plays directly in line as part of the post. That means that videos are playable directly inside of Teams with the Viva Engage app. If your users have notifications sent to email, videos in those posts play directly inside of Outlook as well. Now, if you're using Viva Connections in your organization, videos can be woven into your intranet and available directly in Teams. By setting up the Viva Connections app in Microsoft Teams, videos featured on SharePoint pages will show up and play directly in Teams. You can also promote videos with the Viva company feed. You can create a video news link to publish videos to the entire organization. Videos show up in the company feed along with SharePoint news, Yammer posts, and Viva Engage stories. Clicking a video news link means it opens the video directly in Stream. Now, we've talked about the new Stream features and how you might start envisioning your new use of Stream on SharePoint. Let's look at a way that you can structure a Stream video portal similar to what is in Stream Classic, but instead in your SharePoint environment. So a video portal with channels similar to what is in Stream Classic right now could be architected by using a hub site for the main portal and individual sites connected to the hub for the channels. Here we can see that in the demo that I'm going to do, we're going to take and create a video portal that'll be called Contoso TV. There'll be 6 channels. It'll be Contoso Life, Sales and Marketing, Retail, Leadership, Operations, and Certifications. And in the portal or hub site, we'll create 3 different web pages to help users find the latest videos, the most popular videos, and all the channels where they might find videos they want to see. So if any of the channels have special permissions requirements that are different from the main portal site in your current Classic site, don't forget that you're going to need to remember that when you're setting up the navigation on your video portal site. So if any of the channels in Classic Stream are private, you'll want to take that into consideration when you set up the new video portal and use audiencing on those navigation links. So let's walk through, let's make sure this is going here. Let's walk through one way we can create a video portal. So here our video portal is going to be, if I can talk, is going to be called Contoso TV. And here I began creating the communication site that I called Contoso TV, and I registered it as a hub site. So you might need to work with your SharePoint administrator to do this. If you do, ask the admin to add you as a person who is allowed to register a new site with the hub. That way, when we create our channels as sites associated with the hub, we'll be able to create a new site to associate it right away. And to do that, once you have your hub site, you can just select the plus create site from the ellipsis on the upper right corner of the screen. And when I do that, then I can create a brand new site. I'll pick a communication site, and I'm going to call this one Certifications. And then I'm going to take and add into my site description that I'm using it for a channel site. And then I'll hit the finish button. And it's going to provision that communication site. And once the site's provisioned and it shows up, then we're going to go to the settings menu, the gear icon, and we're going to select site information. And at that point, we're going to set the hub site association to be Contoso TV. The theme's automatically going to be set to match the hub site theme. And it'll refresh here in just a moment. There we go. And now I'm going to need to add a link to this site to Contoso TV. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to duplicate my tab, or I'm going to go to Contoso TV. So I'll open up another tab with that so I can get back to it. And I can copy this link. And then I'm going to go back to the home hub site. And here I'm going to edit my hub site navigation, and I'm going to add the link to the certification site. And then of course, later on, I can move that all around after I get all of my channel sites created. But now, once it's up there in the navigation, I can move around back and forth between any of the channel sites and my hub site. So the next step is going to be to add the files to the channel site. So on SharePoint, because the video file is like any other file, and let's see, here we go. Make sure that's going. All right. We're going to do the same thing we would any other time. We're going to go to the settings menu, go to site contents, and we're going to go to our documents library. And then I'm going to do what I would normally do. I'm going to upload a file, select the file, and add it to the library. But because it's a document library and because we're just talking about a file, it just happens to be a video file. You can also drag and drop it into the library to add it, just like you would any other file. Another cool thing is that you can add metadata to your library that you can use and to be able to attach to the files and then sort and filter on it when you add the videos to SharePoint pages. Now, one of the things I will point out is all of the videos work perfectly, and all the web parts looking for the videos work perfectly, expecting them to be in a documents library. And that's the way it's been built. I personally don't like to mix my files in my media. So what I tend to do is I will usually go in and create a new document library, and I will call it videos. And that way I have a document library called videos that I put all my video files in, and then I keep all of my other files separate in my documents library. But you have a choice. It's up to you, whatever works best for you and that feels right. All right. So actually, let's take a look at what this will look like in action. And you'll see there's a link to aka.ms/stream portals on my slide. That page has different ways that you can create video pages in SharePoint. This one just happens to be the one that's closest to what you would see in the Stream Classic portal when you go to it today. And that's the one that I think most people are looking for. So let me see. There we go. All right, so here I've continued working on building out my video portal using a hub site. You can see that I've got Contoso TV here, and I've got links to trending videos, newest videos, and here are my channels, but you see I only have a couple of them here. I've just got my certifications and a training channel. So those are each individual SharePoint sites. But let's just take a look at the page. Here, like when you go to Stream Classic, if you want to, you can highlight one or more videos. So I could be using a hero web part here if I wanted to. I could use a lot of things, but instead what we chose here to use is I've got a file viewer web part with this video. I've got a button that I can click that'll open the video also. And I just added a text web part to give it, you know, some color and some text to tell people what's going on here and why I want them to look at it. To set up newest videos, I used a highlighted contents web part, and I filtered by date, by created date, and we can go and look at it in edit mode if we have enough time. Same thing down here with trending videos, did the same thing. This one, their trending is an option for the files, and they just happen to be video files that I've selected. The channels, although they're available from the hub site navigation, for users, I can do what I might expect or what I might do naturally on a SharePoint site anyway is I'm going to use a call to action or a button or an image or whatever you would like to use text. to say, hey, here's my certifications channel, and to give people a taste of what kind of videos are in there. Again, this is a highlighted content web part. The highlighted content web part is going to be your friend. The hero web part will be your friend, and the file viewer web part will be your friend for the foreseeable near future. And then I did, training channel as well. And of course, the one thing that we get from SharePoint that we don't get from Stream Classic, I can add people. I could add people here or any other information, events, anything that I want to. Now, when I used the highlighted content web part, what I did was I went here to newest videos, and it, of course, gives me a see all button. So here I can see all of my videos, and they're all in the order that I uploaded them. I was able to then copy the link from here and add it to my navigation. So if I want to see newest videos, if I click here, it takes me to the exact same place. Same thing with trending videos. I did the same thing. I looked at the see all, found the web URL, the web address, and added it to my navigation. Now, if I look here at certifications, I'm going to go here. And now in this one, I used a hero web part for this. Just like everything else, it plays the video right in line, so you don't have to do that separately or send them somewhere else. So it's going to work very nicely, just like it did in Stream Classic. Like I mentioned, I can have a training calendar if there's training related to it or other events. If I have something like here, I decided I would have on-demand training and organize it that way. It's really up to just being creative and how would I like to organize the information. Chances are some of you have SharePoint intranet pages where you have stream videos with embed code used to bring it in, or you used the stream web part. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get those video files, get them into your document library, and you're going to change the web part, and you can have them display exactly the same way. In my opinion, you should never have to use an embed code again, unless for some reason your intranet is not in SharePoint. If you have your intranet in a different platform for your organization, then you'll be able to use, there is an embed code available with the modern stream that will allow you to take and copy that and put it into another website. The caveat to that is it does not work if your intranet is shared with external users. It will still only work with users who are on your network. So it's not something where you can use the embed code like YouTube and make it publicly available. That will still not work. All right, so let's go back to the presentation. And we'll move on and get you closed out here soon. All right, so we talked about the timeline earlier in the session. So here's a different view of that timeline showing the milestones for the next 2 years. So the retirement countdown began a month ago in February. If you don't do anything, come May 15th in the commercial cloud, you're going to no longer be able to upload videos. If your stream admin has extended that, you will get until October 15th. Around June 1st, we're expecting some new updates to the migration tool. We can talk about that in just a moment, because I'm kind of holding out for that, because I know some folks are already starting to migrate, but I'm kind of holding out for the improvements, because there are going to be some really nice improvements that'll make the process a lot easier. But it does work right now, and it doesn't hurt to get started and to get the practice. August 15th, firm deadline. September 15th is going to be relevant to people who are using Stream for live events. At that point, you're no longer going to be able to schedule live events using Stream. That's all going to switch over to Teams live events. October 15th, that corresponds with the May 15th date. If your organization decides you're going to be done with it on May 15th, then you're going to be good with not having users upload any more new videos to Stream Classic. Come October 15th, then that's when folks are going to start losing access, with the exception of the admins, and the admins are going to have access only to be able to do migration work, and that's it. They won't have access to be able to upload files either. February 15th, 2024, we need to have everything out of there because that's when it starts going away. And then anything that you migrate is going to have redirects, and those are going to go away the following year. But hopefully you won't have to worry about that by that time anyway. All right, so here are some resources that I want to make available to everybody. They're really good. Of course, you want to check the roadmap. You can ask questions in the community forum. You can vote on ideas for things that you would like, features you'd like to get, and you can get started with the migration tool. The stream team does extend an invitation to everybody to talk more with them by joining their stream customer office hours group. The group meets twice a month to share plans, hear our feedback, learn more about the video scenarios that we and our employees and the people we support need. Sometimes the engineering team is on as well, and they're trying to work closely with all of us to give us what we want from the stream app for video. Let's see. So the one thing that I didn't really put any diagrams in here or anything on, but it looks to me like I probably have a little bit more time so I could answer some questions and talk about it, is the migration tool. So the steps like we talked through, you're going to want to decide when are you going to want to stop having people upload new videos, because you're going to have a deadline and it's coming up quick unless you're in the government clouds. And when you do that, you're really going to want to focus on training, because people are going to need to have help going, hey, you know, this is where we're going to put them. This is where they were. Now we have to figure out where are they going. When you get to doing the actual migration with the migration tool is going to move videos based on containers. The containers are anything that is a community-wide video gets dumped into a single community-wide video container. If you have a group, a Microsoft 365 group is already associated with that, and any videos that are owned by a group, they are going to move as a group container into their group SharePoint site. If you have things that are owned by individuals, the individual is going to be a container, and the expectation is that it's going to move any files that are owned by an individual from Stream Classic into their OneDrive account. Currently, when you run the inventory report in the Classic Stream Admin Center, it will give you a full view of everything that's in Classic Stream. For any of us that have been using it for more than 2 years, we've got a boatload of meeting files sitting in there from when meeting recordings used to go in. The spreadsheet that you get out of the CSV file that you dump into Excel that you get out of that report also has it's really nice. It has a date viewed column that will tell you when was the last time someone viewed that video. Now that tracking only started back in, I believe it was July of 21. So if there is no date in that column, it means that it's been over 18 months since anyone has looked at that video. Hopefully that will help a lot of folks be able to go through and say, okay, anything that's before that, we're just not moving it. We're getting rid of it. And in fact, if you want to make it even more efficient, you're going to go in right now and you're just going to delete the videos yourself. You can use that spreadsheet to be able to, of course, look at the owners and chop it up and send it to them and say, hey, take a look at your content, see what's good. Do you need all of this or do you not need all of it? Because if there's anything you don't need to migrate, just leave it behind. Because one of the things we're going to find for any of us who have done any migrations, we're going to be really familiar with it, is even though it's a Microsoft migration tool, it's still subject to throttling. Now, a lot of us have asked the product team to give us an idea of what kind of throughput we can expect, how quickly our file is going to move, how much, what file sizes can we move, what can we get where, how fast. And they are supposed to be working on that, and they're hoping in the next week or two to be able to provide some input on that. So if you go to the stream migration, the last link on the screen here, for migration information, there is a link to an FAQ section, and they are planning to put that in there as soon as they have that determined. But we all know how that goes. Any of us who have dealt with throttling before, it's not fun, and it's going to happen. Another thing to know, if you have videos that are very large, the migration tool will not move a video that is larger than 15 gigabytes. It is a migration tool restriction, and the engineering team, they said it's not going to change. It has to do with whoever they're working with that coded it and everything. It's not going to be. So if you have files, video files that you need to save and that you need to migrate that are over 15 gigs, you're going to have to manually download them and then move them to where you want them to go. And of course, that means those files will not have an automatic redirect on them either. Let's see, what else can I tell you? So you can download you can get the spreadsheet. I do not believe that inventory report is available for GCC yet. It didn't sound like it on today's call. I know it is available for everyone who's got a commercial client. So even if you're working in GCC, if you've got a development tenant that you work in, you can go in there and you can check it out and see what it's like and get some practice working with it. Because you'll also find that when you download the spreadsheet, there is also available a Power BI report that you can run against it that makes a really nice dashboard to see what you've got, what kind of videos you've got, what kind of how many containers you have, how many videos are in each container, to give you an idea of what you're looking at to be able to start mapping out your migration. And I think that's pretty much it off the top of my head. So let's go with, are there any questions?
Any questions, please use the chat or the Q&A. From a migration standpoint, well, let me ask you this, and it may be different for each organization, but what would you say is the sweet spot from a governance standpoint for length of videos hosted by a stream?
There isn't a sweet spot. Doesn't matter what size it is. That's one of the things that the stream team is really big on, is that the changes that they made to the way they present stream using the stream app, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about high quality, and you should be seeing that already. For anything that you're viewing that you've got stored on SharePoint, it should all be working really well.
Okay. Any additional questions from the audience? Okay. I think, let's make sure. One comment from Scott, just need to ensure you've allowed file uploads that are big enough for the videos. So that was an add-on to the point we were making. So,
yep.
Excellent. Okay, I thought your session was comprehensive. It answered, literally, it's everything you need to know about a stream migration. Are you on LinkedIn, Karen?
I am. You can see my LinkedIn right in the middle of my bullets there on the screen.
There
Yeah, definitely feel free to hit me up on LinkedIn. Let me know that it's from here at BSPUG.
Yes.
So, because when I just get random invitations, I don't always just automatically connect with folks. I like to kind of know how we're connected.
Yes. Excellent session. Excellent.
Yeah. Maybe maybe in the future, especially after the next update to the migration tool, then I'm planning on having a presentation put together for how to actually do the migration. So maybe we can do this again.
I would love to have you back.
Okay.
Okay, if there are no further questions, on behalf of Karen, I'm Shadidi Laser, and thank you for tuning in to this month's Baltimore SharePoint Users Group meeting. Please join us next month in April for more SharePoint and Microsoft 365 content. Thank you and have a good evening.